there, Libra. Welcome to your end of May 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. The heart of the matter is the Temperance card. I always say that I wish the Temperance card was associated with Libra because it has that theme of, to me, kind of like balance and not being too extreme. But this is as above, so below. You see the angel wings behind this guy. There is this connection to the divine, but also as it pertains to the world. And so when I look at the past position and I see the Ace of Cups, and I know that this is about love and this is about new love or some kind of new idea that you have that has a creative connection or a spiritual connection, like maybe you said, hey, I can become a Reiki master, oh my God, this is something that this is really exciting. Or you meet somebody new and you're like, oh my God, this is like, I really dig this person. I can see myself with this person forever. You're already, imagining being with this person forever, being a typical Libra person. And yet Temperance is like, okay, whoa, what is really going on here? Is this really someone that you can see yourself with? It's kind of like asking you to the idealism that really is the spiritual has to be met with the reality of the earth experience, because sometimes we find ourselves attracted to someone where it really is not a good match in other ways. And so that's where Temperance, it's like when you temper your expectations or your desires or things like that, but also this sense of the spiritual merging with the practical or the earthly. The higher message is the Ace of Wands. And then this particular deck, they almost have it like the pineal gland, that it's almost like this wisdom that sets off those rockets of desire that Abraham Hicks talks about, which is really what, when you're starting something that you're passionate about, a passion project, and it can be in any area, it's something that you will, if it's really meant to be, it's going to be something that you align with on all levels. And that includes when you feel a sense of passion for another person, which when people fall head over heels, it's an example of that. But sometimes, obviously, it's lust, or, the physical is attracting them. It's not necessarily a love connection. So that's where you have to kind of slow down a little bit. Also, the Temperance card connects the sign of Sagittarius. Like I said, I think I said what sign it actually connects to. I do believe that Libra would be more apropos, but it does connect to Sag, and Ace of Wands could be a new connection with somebody of the fire element, and fire and air blend very well. I met this man who became a friend of mine, and when I first met him, he said that air feeds fire. Well, that was all it took for me to just really be intrigued by by that when he was asking me what sign I was. So, because he was a Libra like you guys, and I am a Sag. um, what crosses you is a Devil card, and this card connects to Capricorn, which, by the way, could be a sign that you find yourself drawn to from time to time because you're both cardinal signs and these two signs square off. So there can be that sense of irritation or friction, which is a form of attraction, believe it or not, because um, it can be a physical attraction. I've heard the signs that square one another. So, but they irritate each other because they do have differences within themselves, and whether or not they ever see eye to eye is a different story. But actually, I'm going to look at this beyond that because I feel that if this, for instance, is a situation where you are finding yourself wanting to birth something, we have two aces, which are new beginnings, on the top level there, and the temperance card in the middle that can indicate the bridging of the spiritual and the practical. There could be some kind of healing arts business or art, like fine arts, applied arts, that you want to get off the ground. But what might stop you is represented by the Devil card. I would say one thing, the devil might be very tempting. So this idea of risking something new that you have no idea how it's going to turn out, that might not be appealing to some Libra people, and you may just stay with the tried and true. What I have seen from self-actualized people, and this is typically, especially as it pertains to them being successful in their entrepreneurship or whatever you want to call it, is that they do take chances. Is that if they're unhappy with what it is that they're doing, they take chances. I sometimes wonder if they have some kind of intuitive gifts that they can feel comfortable taking those chances because they know they're going to work out. Because I totally get why it feels very anxiety producing to do something that seems like it's very risky. So, Ace of Wands is to me, about following your bliss. But the Devil card, to me is like the Matrix. And you have the puppet on a string. And the puppet is being manipulated by fear. Like, oh my God, if you make the wrong move, you're going to end up just living under a bridge. That's just going to be your fate. I think sometimes, when I was thinking of the homeless situation, I think, and I'm based out of the United States, I think sometimes the reason that, because sometimes the homeless, especially nowadays, are just like allowed to camp out very visibly in a lot of places. And of course, there are probably more people who are in that position, unfortunately. And I think one of the reasons that they are allowed to do so is because they keep other people in line, saying, if you don't stay on that hamster wheel, this is your fate. And people tend to have that kind of built-in terror, trauma of the possibility of not having that basic sense of security, which is what the first chakra represents. So the devil, can keep you feeling safe superficially because, you may be feeling like you're dead inside on an emotional level, that you have no real zest for life. The Ace of Wands is about having that zeal for life where you wake up in the morning and you're not like, oh God, oh my God, it's Monday morning. Okay, so always keep that in mind. And it's interesting that what's coming in is the Four of Cups. And you can see just by the expression what this card represents, which can be the sense of dissatisfaction, the sense of emotional flatness, not being enthused with what is going on. Now, it's right underneath the Ace of Cups. So that could be kind of like a cautionary tale of what is, possible if you do not follow your bliss, if you allow yourself to be more concerned about money than your own sense of joy, that you could just end up sleepwalking through life. And also, same thing with relationships. If you feel this sense of like, oh my gosh, the devil can sometimes be, to me, that the person is with someone who maybe they are providing them with a nice lifestyle, or just simply having two incomes allows the person to live at a level that they wouldn't be able to achieve on their own. These are things that people don't often talk about when it comes to relationships, but they are part of life. They are part of reality, whether they are spoken about. And it's not necessarily such a horrible thing, because that's just a way that we have been raised, is to think that we're supposed to live at a certain level, or that we can't live it by ourselves. Libra, you like the fine things in life. So this can make you more sensitive to when they're not freely flowing like that. And but it's interesting because the outcome is the Knight of Wands, which is really this kind of adventurous spirit. You see that horse in the background. This card is actually connected to Sagittarius. So there's strong Sagittarius energy here. If you have met a Sagittarian, maybe this is your sign that it's meant to be. But also, Sagittarius represents freedom. So it isn't about being stuck in this place of dissatisfaction. It's about freedom. And of course, freedom can feel a little bit wild. And the Knight of Wands is a little bit wild and chaotic, but it certainly isn't predictable. Okay, that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, I have some double reading packages. My deep dive reading and the whole enchilada. One involves the tarot and one is a double astrology reading with natal chart analysis and what do you call them? Transits for the upcoming 12 months for a special price. So this is an ongoing sale. And then I have standalone readings. You can find out more at the link below. Take care. Bye. Hi there, Libra. Welcome to your end of May 2023 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. The heart of the matter is the Temperance card. I always say that I wish the Temperance card was associated with Libra because it has that theme of, to me, kind of like balance and not being too extreme. But this is as above, so below. You see the angel wings behind this guy. There is this connection to the divine, but also as it pertains to the world. And so when I look at the past position and I see the Ace of Cups, and I know that this is about love and this is about new love or some kind of new idea that you have that has a creative connection or a spiritual connection, like maybe you said, hey, I can become a Reiki master, oh my God, this is something that this is really exciting. um, or you meet somebody new and you're like, oh my God, this is like, I really